welcome to our show. We're down here, where? Bryce?
Ben something.
Benjamin,
downtown Benjamin.
That's right, downtown Benjamin. We're on the main street, 3200 West, right?
That's right.
Okay, we've got a real neat show for you here today. I was given this topic by Dave Boyack. I was up subbing at the junior high yesterday, and he gave me this guy's name. He says this guy is something else when it comes to carving wood. So, that's our topic today. It's on wood carving. We want to introduce you to the people down here at the shop. First of all, we got Craig home. Welcome to the show, man.
Hi.
Right.
Glad to have you here, George.
Yeah. Then over here, Bryce, we got Al.
How we doing?
Last name?
Hone.
Home,
We're all
okay.
Hones.
We're all Homes. Al Home. Now we're going to go over here to the pro. This is Keith Home. How many years did you teach school?
23.
23.
Not as many as you.
Wow. That's still amazing, 23. If you can
23.
last 23 years teaching school,
That's
right,
right.
Bryce?
That's right.
All right. And then we're going to go over here to Kevin Hone.
Simpson.
Simpson. See, I was misled.
Yeah,
He told me they were all home.
He pulled one on you.
All right, Kevin Simpson.
From Wyoming.
From Wyoming. Up where the antelope are?
That's right.
Okay.
See a sagebrush.
And the deer.
And the deer.
Elk and the...
Grizzly bear.
And the grizzly bear. All right. Well, it's called Home's Cabinet Mill. Is that what it is?
Home Studios.
Oh, they've changed the
Yeah,
title to Home's Studio. All right, before we go around and look at their pieces, we want to find out what the guys do. So we're going to start over here with Al, Bryce. What do you do down here at the studio?
We do more of a high-end furniture pieces. They're all hand-carved, custom design pieces. We do work all over the country.
Beautiful. All right, Craig, what's your specialty down here?
I do more of full figure, three-dimensional work, wildlife work mostly. So I have a lot of birds and things I've done, and I do those for clients as well, and commission work, and done that for 10 years full-time now. So, and then we all teach a little bit out of each year. We all do some seminars here. So this is our training center as well.
Oh, okay. All right, and then over to Keith. What's your specialty?
Well, I do everything. I've been around a long time. Actually, we also do three-dimensional and relief. And the three-dimensional is, we call it carving and also sculpting, because it's getting closer to fine art. And that's great. We love to call it sculpting. And then we do the training, the seminars. We've had classes here since '91. And believe it or not, in Benjamin, we've had over 2,000 students come through here since '91, mostly from out of state.
Is that
So,
right?
yeah, that's almost a record for
So they
Benjamin.
pay to come to Benjamin?
They do. And you've taught public schools, and I have, and believe me, there's a difference.
Oh,
Just
okay,
ask
that's
me.
good, okay. So you don't have any knotheads come to your
We
training?
don't. Well, we don't have to send kids to the principal. We don't have to send them home. They come on time.
Holy
We
smoke,
don't.
they come on time, Bryce.
I don't think we've ever done that to a shoot.
Okay, and now we're gonna go over to Kevin. And what's your specialty down here?
Student.
Students?
That's right. I'm one of the people that come here and are being taught.
Oh, so he is being taught at the present time?
Yeah.
And who's your tutor? Is it Keith?
Keith.
He's your tutor.
That's right.
I'm the tutor.
Boy, you can't find better than that, can you?
That's right.
All right. All right, so now we're gonna go out into the rest of the studio and find out what these guys have done in the past. All right, Craig, do we have any 3D in the studio?
Right here, yes.
Oh,
That's
we do?
what I predominantly do for a living, and so these are some examples right here. These are fully in the round sculptures out of wood. And these are actually my commissions that I've been working on for a year. This is a year of my work right here.
Boy, did you think that was real there, Goose?
I did.
Wow.
In fact, it looks like it's metal. It's not metal.
No, it's all wood.
Even the base?
Even the base is wood.
Ah. Now, I know one type, I've been on the internet, I wanted not to look like a total fool down here today. And one type of carving they mention on the internet is relief. How do you spell relief?
We enjoy that around here. That's what we do a lot of as well. We have some samples here. In fact, this one is a sample of relief carving where it is out of a board, so to speak, a flat area, and we relieve around the figures and then sculpt the figures. So relief carving would be something you would find on a fireplace mantle, or you might find it on an entryway door in a home, or that kind of thing. And architectural work a lot.
Now, do you have to put a picture on there, kind of like?
We do. That's a good question. We do. We actually have a neat system I need to show you about that. We actually now have a technology where you can get a pattern, run it through your copy machine on a stencil, and stick it on the board, and then you have power tools that you can outline it, start removing the background, and cut it out. So it is really doable for people.
Too many birds, too many birds, too many birds.
Oh, wow, that's dusty, Craig.
We make dust here.
Holy
We make
smoke, that is
sawdust.
dusty.
That's what we do best, is make sawdust.
So you're telling me that you take this chunk of wood and you produce something that perhaps looks something like this?
Of course, the size has to. But in here, yeah, we could make something. I do a lot of birds, so there's probably 4 or 5 birds hidden.
4 or
in
5
there.
birds hidden in here,
There
Bryce?
probably is.
Hidden.
Listen close. Cheep, cheep.
Yeah, all right. Craig's going to tell us a little bit about this figure right here.
One of the things that we do before we work into wood is actually design the piece in clay. Why do we do that? We want to get the wood piece to come out right. Okay, if someone wants to make a masterpiece, let's do our homework. Let's research. If we're doing animals, let's research it out. Let's understand the design and make it beautiful and a nice design. And so that's why we do the clay. So we have here some pieces that I've done in wood and are going to do in wood in this case, perhaps. And so this is a design in clay. I did a rooster, full-size rooster out of walnut for a client. The first thing I did was go buy the rooster, go out and purchase the rooster, and I have a pen for it. I sit out in the pen and I get to look at it and I do these little sculptures. So this one's a little gesture sculpt. What this is the idea that I want to portray. I did a number of these, decided this one feels pretty good, that rooster's acting pretty cocky, and so that's the gesture, that's the kind of position I like. So from that I worked up the full size in clay, enough to be a model for my wood piece, and then from there I can measure in a big old block of wood. And yeah, we start out with big tools, a chainsaw in this matter, and cut it out, and then use our other power tools and sculpt it out. But here we have a model that already works. So that's why we do things in clay first.
All right. We promised you that we'd show you some of the tools that Craig and the boys use down here. And he's working on some gun stocks right here, it looks like to me. So Craig, why don't we fire that baby up?
Okay, I'll show you some of the things that we do here and show you how we go about doing that. So here's a couple of samples of our gun stocks right there. So we like to put wildlife in these, and the tool that's our most favorite is it's dental technology. It's a dental tool.
Dental?
Dental.
My daughter Jade's a dental assistant.
Is that right?
She's going to watch this show with flying colors,
Well,
man.
she should. This is funner than working on teeth.
Okay.
But I will do it. Do you need some work done?
Oh, no, I just had my teeth worked on.
Well,
Crank this baby up. Holy smoke, that makes my jaw hurt, Bryce.
After you get using this a lot, you forget about that it's really a dental tool.
Okay.
But this is an ultra high speed handpiece. It runs a little faster than the dental tool, but this is the tool that we love to use to do this carving.
Now, do you have to give the wood a shot of Novocaine?
Not usually. It loves it. It just feels just like a good back scratch.
Okay.
So this turns so fast that we can do this very minute work. And there's a whole array of different burrs and tips we use here. And so this is part of one of the tools we use here. Another one would be this electric tool. It's a little bigger. It has a bigger cutter here, so we can get in and shape. And in this case, these leaves, we can really shape these leaves out and just give them all kinds of curves and grace and make them really pretty. So that's what we use a lot.
Now, you know what come to my mind?
What's that?
The Bee Gees hit Jive Talkin'. You know how right at the first, you know how they got that sound? They were going across this old rickety bridge to the studio, and they come up with that sound, and they incorporated it in the studio. I was thinking, somebody out there maybe can incorporate that sound into a musical tune. What do you think?
Well, I think that we got to give that a shot. We haven't thought of that, so that's great.
All right, here we go. We promised you Al. You're gonna get Al. So your specialty again is what?
We do really high-end hand-carved furniture pieces.
High-end.
Yep, high-end meaning very detailed, very intricate design. This is one of our pieces right here. We actually compete in the Western Design Conference, which is the top show in the nation for Western furniture and fashion. They jury in 100 of the top designers in the world. And we've actually won Best of Show, People's Choice Award, Best Exhibitor's Choice, and Best Artist in this show. It's held in Jackson, Wyoming every year. So,
Okay, up in the Grand Tetons area. All right.
Best of show.
Best of show. Is this high end?
well, it is. You know, you take that, look at that caricature carving. You know, it might look just like me, but or you. I think it looks better like you better than.
Boy, that's an incredible resemblance there.
Yeah, you have to look at the profile here.
Okay, all right, there we go, there we go.
There we go.
Now, let's get a close-up of that, Bryce. Now, this is what kind of carving?
Caricature carving.
Guys, all together?
Caricature carving.
Yeah, wow.
I can't say that word. It's too big.
Too big? What, caricature?
Ooh, very
Oh,
good.
see?
Is that why you got your glasses on to look a little more
A
intelligent?
little more intelligent, a little more studious. See this?
All right.
All right, so if you're into caricatures, and my son-in-law is, the guy is outstanding. I think he'd love it down here, Al.
You could take a class from us. We have a
Ooh.
class coming up next year with caricature carving.
Next year, huh?
Yeah.
Now, what is the fee?
$250 to $400 a day is what our seminar fees run all day. So that's, yeah, it's
Depending on
high
the
end.
class.
Holy smoke.
Yeah. But
Bryce?
it's very high end. I mean, you learn a lot in one day.
Holy smoke. Hey, that's not chicken feed, is it?
Coming from a goose. No, but if you could make something like that, and I guess we ought to find out what that is worth.
Well, this piece right here is worth $34,000.
34 grand?
Yeah.
Then I think $300 is cheap to learn.
Right. This piece was one of the pieces we took to the Western Design Conference and exhibited. And you know, as magnificent as this piece is, it still didn't place in the show. So that kind of tells you what kind of pieces you're and the design quality people up there that you compete against.
All right. Al's going to show us some of the pieces that did win, because he said that one did not win Best of Show. So we're going to go to his portfolio.
And this piece we're looking at right now is a piece we won Best of Show in 2003 at the Western Design Conference.
And it's entitled?
It's Memories of Grandpa's Desk. This was
Grandpa's Desk.
all done with, my grandfather had some old shafts, old lantern, and we actually took that, put them on the desk, but they're all carved. All the pieces you see
that right?
on that desk are carved.
Carved.
The shafts are all carved out of black walnut. You see the fringe is all the sapwood along the bark.
So this is black walnut.
Yes.
And the legs?
They're out of juniper.
Juniper.
And the tabletop's out of cherry.
Cherry.
The shafts have a pair of spurs carved right into the top, all out of one piece. All the spectacles, the feather pen, the lantern, we actually bleached the wood out to make it look like a glass. We used some old rusty wire to make the handle, and the ace of spades right here on this book actually pull open, so it's a little drawer inside. This piece right here is one we actually won Exhibitor's Choice and Best Artist. This piece is in all black walnut, juniper legs. You can see the fishing creel. This piece is called Time Well Spent, which kind of went with both directions. My grandfather and my father once taught me and my son how to carve, and they also taught us how to fish. So this was kind of a dedication piece to them. We actually had a lady come through, and she was blind. And I didn't realize it, and we were, probably halfway through the show as far as where we were placed. And we had this lady come through, and she asked me, she says, my friend's blind, it's okay if she touches the piece. And I said, well, yeah. I said, it's a little delicate because there's the squirrels running down. And I took her hands and actually let her kind of float through the piece and let her actually fill it. And she started filling down through. Well, in the countertop, the top of this piece, Time Well Spent, we have a stream carved in it with all the ripples and little rocks across, and we have little snail shells. And she started filling across that, and you could just see the enjoyment she was getting. She goes, this is amazing. Well, she got to the fishing creel, and she went up that, and she goes, oh my, she says, this is just like my grandfather had. And I turned around and I realized that the whole exhibit had followed her through until she got to this piece. And it just, there's people who was crying. She was going through and she goes, filling the fishing creel and filling the fish that was coming out of it. And she goes, I can see it. I can see every bit of it. She spent probably 45 minutes just going back and forth trying to fill this piece because it's such a, not a visual piece, but you can actually feel and enjoy the piece through your fingers and the way the stream flows. And it was just amazing. It just gives me goosebumps.
Ooh, I like
just
that
to
term,
feel it.
goosebumps.
Yes, there you go.
I love it, man. Goosebumps, that's better than duck bumps anything.
It is. So this piece was really fun. Kate and I spent probably 5 months full-time designing and building it.
It only took Goose 5 seconds to ruin the moment.
That's true, but what do you expect from a goose?
Now, guys that's in art and carving and things like that, are you guys wimps? Because that was my impression when we were going through school, that anybody that took art was a wimp.
Well, it depends on how you look at it. I mean, if you want to be somebody that can create a piece of art, I mean, we go into shows now and people know who we are. And if that's a wimp, then I guess I am. The clientele we do work for, the people we exhibit with, they respect us because we're one of the top designers and artists in the nation now.
So would you say you're a artistic athlete?
You could say that.
Ooh.
When you got a
Artistic athlete. We're not doing softball, we're not doing basketball, we're not doing football down here, are we?
Nope.
But are you guys artistic athletes?
I think that's awesome. Oh, you bet. You bet.
I'll tell you, you call these guys a wimp, they'll pull a knife on you like you've never seen.
Boy, and do
We'll
they know
hold
how to
you-
use a knife?
We'll hold you down, drill your teeth. That's all.
All right, guys. Hey, fascinating. And we haven't even seen the whole studio.
No, let's go back to the
We're going to go back to the shop and
We'll see where it's all created.
we'll be back. Don't touch that remote. All right, we're back and we're out here in the shop now, right, Al?
Yep.
So I'm going to step out of the picture and Al's going to explain this piece right here.
Well, these are a couple of the pieces that we just finished getting ready to take to a gallery in Park City. Out here in the shop, this shop was started with my grandfather, Craig and I's grandfather, in 1960. Which if people from Spanish Fork that's going to be watching this will know Arlene and Lavelle from their cabinet work and millwork for years and years. I mean, we've had a lot of people come in and say, well, your grandfather did work for us and now we're doing work, and Cade, my son's now 4th generation doing this woodwork. So some of these pieces, this is one of Cade's pieces here that he carved, this elk and this headboard of this bed. This piece here is a little coffee table we've done with some aspen leaves. We've got the bear tracks actually carved right back into the countertop.
Those are real bear tracks?
Yeah, we got this bear and we just made him herded across the
Come on,
the top so he can get his tracks in there. So
All right, now, Al mentioned some animals. Now, if Bryce will pan right down on the table here, and he'll pick up this rabbit that's made of all wood, right?
it is.
Okay, now we got another animal. We want Bryce to come right up here. Now, is everything at home's made of wood? Even little Roxy?
No, this little shop dog. If you come down, she can visit. She's our meter and greeter.
No, you gotta prove to the audience that she's, oh, look at that. See, everything down here isn't made of wood.
I don't know, maybe not wood, but that's all bark.
There we go.
So what are we doing here, Al?
Oh, this is just a little sample of a island corbel. We're actually going to be putting on a kitchen. Kind of goes down, there are going to be posts on an island.
Yeah.
So we're actually just carving a little simple rope molding.
Holy smokes, are those Fabergé eggs?
Almost. This is a rhea egg, and that little dental tool will just cut these eggshells like nothing. They're just zip these out. They're
So
just
that was a
beautiful.
real, what kind
That's
of
a
egg?
rhea egg.
Or Rhea. I thought you said real.
That's a real rhea egg. Can you say that 3 times? And this is a ostrich egg.
Oh my gosh.
So with that little tool, wood is only one thing that we use that tool for.
What's that up there? I can't make out that bird.
This?
Yeah.
That's just a half-size little duck. That's
Oh.
one of my early pieces.
Have they got any geese in the studio?
No geese. Not a goose. Not a goose. How about this idea for your favorite teacher if you're going to school here?
Who would that be, Mr. Holmes?
That might be. That's just a nameplate that would fit right on the desk of your favorite teacher, wouldn't it?
Boy, guaranteed to get an A.
There you go.
Here's one I gave to my father. I call it Dad's Tools. There's our chisels. What this is, though, is it's all wood, and it's all out of one piece, so it's planned out. And some of the tools that he used, chisels, the knife, the calipers. I've even got the little shavings that were planned in and carved in, that little cur jar lid with the paintbrush, things that he'd use.
Amazing.
All right, we've got proof that these guys are as good as they say they are. Look at this article.
There they are.
The Hone family.
One of the things that we love to do here is draw. Now, we draw because it helps us be better carvers, be better sculptors. So every Tuesday night, and it's been this way for the last 5 years, we have a model come in, sit down, and we draw. So here's some examples of our drawing here. So if you're interested in drawing, come on down to the studio. We'll tell you about that.
Wow, that's beautiful. What do you think about that, Goose? Where'd he go?
Where is it?
He does this to me every show. Where in the world did he go? I'll bet he went out to get his sketch pad or something. Goose! Where'd he go? It's a little early, Goose. It's not time to start drawing. Their model isn't here yet. You see where he went? I can't find him. Oh my! He's the model! What are you wearing that hat for, Goose? Can models talk?
They're not supposed to. They don't pay to talk.
I'll bet he's thinking he's supposed to wear a hard hat whenever there's tools at work. This is not that kind of work, Goose.
Oh, it's not?
Oh, he can talk, all right.
All right, guys, you know how we close our show, but before we close, I asked them if they had a goose. And they didn't, so I had to bring my own goose down.
Actually did pretty well on that.
Oh, I really like this. This was
Yeah.
given to me. I really love this. So you need to get a goose figure in your studio.
You are, right?
Oh.
Right now, let's see what do we got.
How we doing, Al?
That's a good
I'm
likeness.
trying to draw a goose, but it's turned out more like a turkey.
Wow. Look at that. That's a spitting image. That's a little bit more like Donald Duck, but it's pretty close. All right, Goose.
Hey, you know how we close. Have a great day. Is this a dandy out here, Holmes?
Yes, it is.
What a dandy day. October the what? 21st?
That's right.
Beautiful October day. And remember, we love you. We truly do. We're signing off until our next show. Thanks for tuning in.